Hello, I'm Alicia from Let's Go Learn. Today we are going to be learning how to view and understand your child's ADAM report on the LGL parent portal. So the first thing you're going to want to do is come to letsgolearn.com and click on the teacher parent login. This will take you to the login page where you are going to enter your child's login credentials in order to view the parent portal. So for this student, I am going to enter their username, which is their first initial, their last initial, and their student ID number, which is often also their lunch number. Now that might not be the format for your student, but it is the common format for a lot of the Let's Go Learn accounts. Next, you want to make sure that you have your child's password. Their teacher or an administrator at the school can make this available for you. And finally, you're going to enter the school code. The school code is a set of letters, numbers, or combination that represents your school or school district. So for example, here LGL represents Let's Go Learn. Then you want to click on Login. Now you'll find your student's account. Here you want to check, make sure you have the right name, and then you're going to click on the parent portal. Today we are focusing on ADAM. ADAM represents the Adaptive Diagnostic Assessment of Mathematics. So first thing you'll see is the summary scores for every time your child has taken the ADAM assessment. You'll see their grade level scores in numbers, measurement, data, geometry, and algebra, and also a total grade level score. So we're going to look at the progress report for this child. So we're going to click here on progress. This report is the easiest to understand and gives you the most actionable data. Now we could compare the different assessments, but we're going to just focus on one for today. So you're going to click view. The first thing you're going to see is a summary of your child's scores. This shows you what these grade level scores mean. For example, in numbers and operations, this child has a grade level score of 4.38, so beginning to mid fourth grade level. Their raw score is 49. This means that they know 49 concepts in numbers and operations, which places them at the beginning of fourth grade. Now this doesn't mean all of the skills that they know are kinder, first, second, third, and beginning of fourth. They may know some fifth grade skills, but on average, it puts them in a fourth grade level. Now, each of these sections has a different number of skills. So we can see the bulk of the skills are in numbers and operations, 105 total by the end of seventh grade. And then there are fewer skills in measurement, data analysis, geometry, and algebra. But overall, ADAM assesses potentially 271 skills in mathematics up until the end of seventh grade. And a lot of these skills may be taught in 8th or 9th grade as well, but we're looking at the foundational skills before a student reaches pre-algebra, algebra, or reaches their integrated math. So as we come down here, we can see that overall this student knows 113 skills, and that puts them at a beginning of fourth grade. Now, if we also look, we can see that the biggest area of difficulty for this student is measurement. So when we really get into looking at this, how the student can be helped, we are going to look at measurement. We can also see that the area of strength for this student is algebra. So we're going to scroll down into measurement. That's the first place we're going to go because we really want to look at what can we do to help this child at home. So we can see this green check mark. That means that this student has grade level knowledge at this skill level. And in fact, this child has mastered money and time. So we're going to come down to temperature. And we can see that this student was assessed. Their first skill they were assessed at, where we see this minus, was understanding of the thermometer, the concept of temperature. So this is a second grade skill. The student was assessed there but didn't show any mastery. So this student is considered to have a less than second grade mastery level of temperature. The next skill in temperature for this student was reading the thermometer, and that's a third grade level skill. So measurement has a second grade skill and a third grade skill, and doesn't really go beyond that for temperature. Now, if we come next, we can see, okay, converting units. And if we look at the skills covered in converting units, we're looking at length. We're looking at units of length, both customary, so ounces, not ounces, feet, inches, etc., yards, miles, and then the metric units, for example, centimeters, meters, kilometers. So when looking at this student, they did understand how to use the number line, but they did not understand the basic concepts of length. So that skill is a second grade skill once again. So their score was 2.5. That's what they mastered, and you can see the plus there shows that they have mastered that skill. But the minus here shows they didn't master this next skill. Now this student is in 5th grade, which means there's a lot of skills that they need to work on before they get to grade level material. So when they reach this unit at school, converting units that require more than one step, they're going to have a difficult time if they haven't been prepared for these skills that come up. So this is something that you definitely, if this was your child, you would want to work on this immediately with them to help build their skills before they address this in school. Now, often measurement is taught at the end of the year, but that's not the case in every school. So this gives you an opportunity to work on length. Have your student measure things around the house using both the customary units of measurement as well as metric units of measurement. Get out that measuring tape, those rulers. As well, weight is another area of need. So measuring using customary units, and then capacity and volume. So all of these skills are areas that this student needs to work on. Now the red skills, as you can see, are actually the below grade level skills. And then the black arrows indicate their next steps. So the progress report does show everything that comes next in the next 2 years. So for this student, if we look at other areas, so we're going to go over to fractions, which is often an area of need for students, we can see all of the skills for the next 2 years. So currently this student is working at a 3rd grade level in fractions. They can understand equivalent fractions. Their next step, this red arrow, is comparing fractions. And then all these red arrows here indicate concepts that they need to work on before they get to grade level. And then we've got those 5th grade level concepts in black, as well as the 6th grade level concepts. So if they mastered these concepts here, they can move on to the black concepts. But these red arrows give you a quick glance at where you want to focus first with your student. So you want to look for areas that have a lot of red arrows. For example, looking at fractions, we can see this student, while they have a red X showing that they're below grade level in division, it is end of 4th grade. So the next skill is a 5th grade skill. So they may not have gotten here yet in the school year. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of understanding of what your student can work on and how you can use this report to help set goals for your student. So you can work with them, showing them this report and having them pick out areas to work on. It's especially helpful if you start a conversation with your child about what they're currently working on in school, so that you can see what their next steps and ways that you can help them build the skills to have success in the classroom. I hope this was helpful and have a wonderful day.